and she couldn't talk. I said, is Victoria okay? And she wasn't saying anything. And then I started like getting hysterical. I said, is she breathing? We are David and Jackie Siegel.
Hear our story.
We actually met through the Mrs. Florida pageant. Well, I had won, and then I took over the pageant. I produced it. My winner was Mrs. Florida, and she was throwing a birthday party for her husband. And she invited me to the party, and she invited David to the party.
We met and we've been together ever since, been over 20 years.
Yeah, he opened the door and he said I was the first person he saw at the party. And you said it was love at first sight.
I couldn't even tell you who else was at the party.
I had no intentions of having a big family, but it kind of just started happening. And next thing I knew, I saw this room just filled with children. It's like it happened so fast.
And dogs.
And dogs too. Yeah, we have like one dog per child. I think my fondest memory of having a big family is just seeing them all in the same room. And we have a huge dining room table here, and we just fill it up. And I just think it's like the most special thing in the world to have family. So we had this beautiful family, 8 children. We were like kind of at the top of our game. David, his business was flourishing. He just bought the Las Vegas Hilton, turned it into Westgate Resorts. He had a football team, private jet. I just got a part on a TV show, The Wife Swap. And we were at the top, like I felt like at the top of the world. And then we got that phone call that kind of crumbled our life, like the carpet was pulled out from beneath us, was that our daughter had overdosed. Our daughter, Victoria, she was the oldest of 7 children, and she was 18 years old, and she was like one of the most down-to-earth people you could ever meet. I mean, she loved to run around barefoot. She wanted to open up a restaurant on the beach called, she was going to name it Ricky Tiki Sushi, which her name, Victoria Ricky for short, was her nickname.
In her honor, we opened a Ricky Tiki Tavern on the Cocoa Beach Pier that we own. And we have Ricky Tiki Sushi in our hotel in Las Vegas.
So we were out in Park City at a family wedding, and Victoria was the only member of the family that stayed back because she had her 1-year anniversary with this boyfriend that she met in rehab. Morning of the wedding, I called Victoria and there was no answer. So I called the nanny and she says, oh, Victoria's upstairs sleeping. And I said, well, I want to talk to her. She goes up there and all of a sudden she's speechless, the nanny. And I said, Marissa, what's going on? And she couldn't talk. I said, is Victoria okay? And she wasn't saying anything. And then I started like getting hysterical. I said, is she breathing? Give her CPR. And she wasn't answering me. And I said, call 911. They had gotten Victoria to the hospital. And so I got a nurse on the phone. And I said, how's my daughter? And she says, let me just tell you, it's grim.
I think we were both in shock. I can't really recall what I was feeling. I never lost a child before, and definitely the worst day of our life. It certainly alarmed me into action. I called my executives together and I said, from now on, you're going to be running the company. I'm going to be learning all I can about this drug epidemic. So we decided to write a book. Our daughter left her instructions to where to find her diary. She asked if anything ever happens to me, it's okay if my parents publish my diary. So we did that along with all the information that had I had it 4 years ago, she'd still be alive today.
For me, the way that I battled the loss was I made an altar at the end of the hall in our house, and I would light a candle and incense every day and talk to her. And the altar's near her bedroom, so I feel that her presence is there.
And I really believe my daughter's legacy is going to be, as a result of her death, thousands are going to live. The EMT that came to the house after the 911 call did not have Narcan. Had they carried Narcan, she might still be alive today. I think the biggest result of all of this is that I got everyone carrying Narcan, and they're saving thousands of lives. I mean, our family was our common goal. Now saving lives is our common goal. And we're doing a good job at it, but we're not there yet. We're just beginning.